Hello, everyone. My name is Nicholas Mensch, and today I will be going over my game store database with you all today. So, first, we will be going over the entity relationship diagram. So, what is that exactly? The entity relationship, or ER diagram, helps establish the overall design and structure of the database. Here you can see my own ER diagram, including the primary key, which helps identify the unique row as seen, as you can see by the yellow key icon next to those little uh, IDs. And then the foreign keys, which are shared by several tables. For example, the game SKU column is shared between the game table and the game store basket. Moving on, we will be going over the database tables next and all their purposes. So, starting with our first table, which is the basket table, this table helps manage the customer info that is tied to the basket ID, which the basket ID is what helps identify the basket and what is in that basket to associate that with the customer and what they are purchasing through the game store website. Moving over to the customer table, this helps manage all the customer information needed to fulfill orders, such as their email address to give them any shipping updates or any delays, including their names so they can properly ship it out to the right person, and also their phone and address information in case they need to be contacted about their order or to ship it out to the correct address, obviously. Uh, Up next, we have the developer table, and you can't really have a game without its developer. So, in this table, we have the basic info of the developer to help associate that with the game in question for the order to help distinguish between the orders and the game tied with that order. And while developers are overall the most important aspect of a game, the second hand man in this game would be the publishers. The publisher helps manage the overall marketing, game box art, etc. of the game. So this table helps manage all that information, including the address, the publisher phone in case the developer needs to get in contact with them, the publisher website to help distinguish where the developer needs to go to get information about the publisher. Now we are on to what I consider the biggest table, which is games. This acts sort of as the central hub of the tables because it shares one or more columns from both like several tables. This table shows the details of the games being sold, including their SKUs, publisher name, developer names, developer address, and warehouse SKU. So it shows where they're coming from, where they're going, and who they are published and developed by. Moving forward, we are on the game store basket table. This table helps connect the customer's basket and the game store to identify what the order number is, what basket it's associated with, what game they're ordering, and how many of that game they are ordering. And these all help determine where it's going, who is it going to, and what they are ordering. Moving on to the game warehouse table. This table helps point where the games need to be shipped from. So when an order is placed, it knows how many copies from its inventory it needs to remove and what to send. Finally, ending with the warehouse table. This is where all the inventory is stored and shipped from to the secondary warehouse we discussed earlier, being the game warehouse. And then from the game warehouse, it goes to the retail shelves. This is sort of just the management table of all the inventory combined of the warehouses, so they know where to get it from and where to send it to. Finally, ending with views. This section of the database helps illustrate the data all in one place. This is also a good place if you want to share some data without exposing some confidential information, such as client data. So you can share with your coworkers the developer addresses and the developer phone numbers, but you don't have to share the client data, which would be seen as more confidential and only needed by the warehouse and not the developers or publishers. In conclusion, this database overall covers baskets, customer, developer, publisher data, warehouse information, and other categories. And all of this is intertwined in the database thanks to the ER diagram and views we discussed earlier. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to end today by thanking you all for your time today, and I hope you all have a lovely day. Goodbye.